I'm Isaiah. I go by the alias London Bus Breh. I have a passion for London's buses, hence the name. And yeah, I take photographs of London buses and then post them on Flickr or blog about them, review about new service changes, new buses, etc. My passion started off when I was little, like when I was 3 or 2. After nursery, my grandma used to take me on bus rides because my mum was still at work. So we'd go on either the 328, the 6 or the 36, primarily the 328. Those were the ones I loved the best. It was single decker back then. It started off as a single decker. Started off in 1998 to help with the busyness, the how packed the 28s and 31s were getting. So the 328 was the extra service to accommodate those services around the Kilburn hotspots and Chelsea hotspots. So yeah, the Dennis Stark Marshall Capitals, I absolutely loved those buses. They were so fast, you know, you could get a real thrill from the drive. I just love the Dennis Stark Marshall Capitals, and that's where my passion stems from, those bus rides on the 328 with my grandma, which later on developed to bus rides with my mum, like going on, like every Monday I remember used to go to Brent Cross on the 189 Toys R Us. That would be, yeah, that's the origin of the passion. We try out new routes that were near us, but we didn't go on before, like exploring new routes, new local routes.
And how do you take pictures? What does it take to take a good picture, or in your words, a quality picture?
Many things. I mean, like people just think, oh, you chase after buses, or you know, anyone could take a photo of a bus. But for the day, like during the day, it's all about like measurements, timing, positioning. Literally, I'll be looking at marks on the ground, trying to figure out which position is the best to get sunlight as well. You need to think about where the sun is. But then at night, that all kind of switches. So the measurements, the timing, the position, and timing become the primary factor of getting a perfect night photo. And you need to think about lighting as well, especially if it's a moving photo. You need to be really focused. Sometimes you can't even breathe. You know, you need to hold your breath during those moments at night shots, but that's what it takes. Obviously, you need natural factors as well to perfect that, such as determination and passion, and that's how you take good bus photos.
So tell me your worst bus route.
P5. I've only been on it once. I try to make my analysis of bus routes and buses as objective as possible, but the P5 was a real bore, I'm telling you. It was on a day. I'd done quite a lot previously, and it had 2 new buses added to its PVR. The Enviro 200 MMCs. It goes from Patmore Estate to Elephant and Castle. I took it from Elephant and Castle to Patmore Estate, and I was just completely bored. You know, it goes through side routes, like with single deckers, it goes through side routes that double deckers can't serve. Side roads that double deckers can't serve. But I was just left bored. Like normally that's an exciting prospect because you're going through parts of London that you won't normally experience, or that multiple routes don't serve. But I was just completely bored. The buses were boring, the route was okay. I mean, the Brixton part, Electric Avenue and all of that, that was decent. But other than that, it was just trees, houses, and really boring batch of MMCs, to be honest. So for that reason, the P5 is my least favourite route.
Tell me about your best bus route.
The 187, yeah, the 187 is my favourite bus route. As I explained earlier about the 328 being my childhood route with its Dennis Stark Marshall Capitals, when I rediscovered them with the 187, because my mum was like, oh, the 187, have you not, like she told me about the 187 and I was thinking, and I don't know that route. Apparently she used to take me on that route when I was little to Asda. Anyway, we went to explore the 187, and I was reunited with my Dennis Stark Marshall Capitals a few years after it had been withdrawn with the 328. And that was a madness, being reunited with it. I can't forget Cricklewood Bus Garage, working at Cricklewood Bus Garage, the work experience. I mean, they were so blessed from even when I went to go and, ask them if work experience is available, and the guy immediately embraced my enthusiasm. He acknowledged it, and he's like, yeah, I mean, because I said that my dream is to start off as a bus driver. It's to be a bus driver. That's been my dream, like from a child, and I've stuck to it.
What would you really miss about our city, London?
The buses, the characters. So just a variety of characters that you can get in London. I mean, it's not just You know, you see how the Americans, you know, in films, they might portray us as either Cockney speaking or posh. You've got so much more kind of, you know, diversity and, you know, different accents and characters than just the posh or the Cockney. There's no type of division like that. You've got, you know, people from, I don't know, council estates that, you know, just down to earth, chilled. You got people, you know, from all over the world. He might have different accents, a mixture between English and their country origin accents. So, you know, just the variety and the diversity of the people.